Nancy Pelosi is right. Oh my goodness. So after a loss, when we have an election, everybody loses their mind. People start running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and they start pointing fingers and they start playing the blame game. Hey, this is you did this. It was because of you. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's trying to come up with a reason or an explanation or an excuse as to why their candidate lost. This is something that's not seen on the right because in most recent times, you can just simply chalk it up to, well, they stole the election. Having said that, there was a recent interview with Nancy Pelosi that I'm sure you guys are aware of, and it's gotten a lot of flack in the media, right? A lot of people are lambasting Nancy Pelosi for saying what she said.
And she helped orchestrate the very public demise of the president.
That's right.
And thank God for Joe Biden that he came out and endorsed his VP, because these people wanted an open primary.
And for where? And when were we going to have an open primary between July 21st when he stepped down and August 20th when the convention was going to happen?
And what she essentially said was a scathing review of everyone involved. All right. That's what we'll say. What she said was the truth. In my opinion, I believe what she said was factually true. She starts off with talking about how Biden should have stepped down sooner. And she's right. Listen. I remember seeing video after video after video, this man slowly declining. Whether it's him falling off his bike or to him applauding a parachuter that wasn't present. And time after time after time, they kept on telling us everything is fine. There's nothing to look here. Everything is fine. Everything is great. Everything's peaches and cream. So they were gaslighting people this entire time. This entire time, they knew what was going on. Now, Republicans kept on banging that drum. Listen, he's old, he's decrepit, he's old, he's decrepit, he's old, he's lost it, he's gone. They kept on banging it up until the point that you have a debate. Now, as I said, watching the debate, I felt like he did fairly well. And people thought that I was crazy. They're like, what debate were you watching, Lucas? Were you crazy? Were you lost your mind? And I'm like, no, because I've seen this man be a zombie for the last 3 years, bro. Like, it wasn't a surprise for him to go up on stage and lose his train of thought. We'd seen it live. So I don't understand. This is what y'all had us believing was okay this entire time. So when I say, yeah, I agree with you, he did all right for his disposition. Now people want to be like, oh, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh. And they went in on this fool. Now, I would argue he should have stepped down a long time ago, as Nancy Pelosi said. That, as she said, would have opened it up to open primary. So nothing she said was inaccurate. Nothing she said was non-factual. She then goes on to say that, hey, Kamala Harris could have won, right? She could have won the primary, but even still, it would have made her a stronger candidate. I'm sorry. Does anyone disagree with this? Let's think about this. Do you think that if there had been an open primary and Kamala Harris was in the ring with a Gavin Newsom, I don't know who else, whoever else is out there. I don't know. I know they love Gavin Newsom and they've been trying to circle Gavin Newsom's name around for quite some time. But let's just say they have a whole bunch of other Democrat individuals, okay? Nina Turner, maybe. I don't know. Well, no, she's not even in she's not even in there. Right? You get what I'm saying. You have all these people and she were to come out on top. You're telling me that somehow would have hurt her image? That somehow would have, strained the relationship with her and the American people? No. It would have absolutely boosted it. It absolutely would have strengthened who she was as a candidate. Because people who didn't vote for her to be president, they would have some reassurance as to, okay, I see that she's the woman for the job. She's the best person for the job. There had been some merit to her holding that position. Nancy Pelosi goes on to lambaste Biden for saying, but he didn't do that. What he did was nominate what's her name? Kamala, which completely blew out any chances of an open primary. It's as simple as that. So I would argue that Biden obviously did that to get his last laugh. That was his FU to the party. It was very much like, bro, you're delusional. It's as simple as that. You're delusional. You're not all the way there. And you have no chance at winning. If you can barely form a sentence, and with that sentence that you did form, there are giant gaps in between words, bro, you're incoherent. It just is what it is. So Biden, up until the point that, that he resigned or whatnot, or said he's not running for re-election, he very much, you saw the interviews. He was like, no, come on, man. The party's got my back, okay? The only way I stop that is, through divine intervention. That's the only way I don't run for re-election. Come on, man. The party, right? I saw this, and I saw how the Democrat, media really weaponized everyone and anyone they had to cut this man down.
Are you sure you're being honest with yourself when you say you have the mental and physical capacity to serve another 4 years?
Damn.
The heart of your case against Donald Trump is that he's only out for himself, putting his personal interest ahead of the national interest. How do you respond to critics who say that by staying in the race, you're doing the same thing? Oh, come on.
Damn.
If you can be convinced that you cannot defeat Donald Trump, will you stand down?
Damn.
They leave this debate panicked.
John, if you love the guy, how could you put him out there?
That's hard.
If you love him, if you love Joe Biden, if that was my father, you don't put a guy in that situation.
Damn.
Biden handled himself and answering the questions. It reassured me of his unassurance, be able to lead our country. I'm concerned he was hesitant, very not cognitive.
Damn.
So I can imagine how that may feel. And he got the last laugh. He nominated Kamala Harris, which completely, shut everyone up. There was no way you were gonna run up and say, well, I'm running for the candidacy as well. You weren't gonna do that. You're not gonna do that, especially, after he did that, 3 weeks out, if I remember, from the DNC and everything. Come on now, it was game over. But what Nancy Pelosi said, she's absolutely correct. Because if we're gonna be honest, nobody liked Kamala Harris. Nobody liked her when she was running. To be honest, nobody liked her when she was running. And, people were counting on that despite their disdain for Kamala Harris, that their disdain for Trump would be greater. That's what they were banking on. And it seems that, it didn't come to fruition. But everything Nancy Pelosi said, she's right. Biden really did give an FU to the party, a giant FU, by having Kamala Harris. Anyways, guys, that's a video. I'm curious what you guys think, whether or not you believe Nancy Pelosi was wrong and she should get out of politics. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Or if you believe, I think she's right. That, Kamala was not the people's choice by any stretch of the imagination, but many try to rally around her despite her, her failures in many of the interviews, just due to the fear of Trump. Unfortunately, not enough people feared Trump. That's the thing. That the whole fear-mongering among Trump was not the strategy to do. The strategy to do was give a better vision than Trump. Because if you have a candidate who says, I'm going to fix everything, and you're saying, well, he's not, and he's lying, and he's bad, that's not going to work, bro. It's just not going to work. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me Friday to Sunday. Disagreement day, you call in, we'll duke it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. And subscribe and all that fun stuff. Until next time, guys, be amazing. And you have no chance at winning.